Derek,
What's up, man?
what is the good word, my friend?
Dude, we're back like a backpack.
We're back. You don't know why that's funny if you're listening to this right now, but you'll know soon.
You will. You will know very soon. But dude, we're here. We're doing another podcast. We had an amazing one last week.
Yep. Grady Hendrix, New York Times bestseller, as a lot of fun. Talked about his horror process. But today we have something new.
Oh, yeah. Super new.
Yeah. So today we have Beer Mountain Life. And if you don't know what that is, you will soon know, because if you are like us, you like hiking and you like beer. Which do you like more, Derek? Do you like hiking or beer?
God, they're both amazing,
They're
man.
both good. They're both.
I mean, as much as I should drink water after a hike, well, water has beer, right? Like, I mean, you need water
no,
to make
beer,
beer.
beer
so
has
good.
water. If
Hydration.
water had beer, that'd be a problem. But yes, beer and hiking go together naturally, and Beer Mountain Life helps bring that together. So, so should we just get straight to it? Because I'd love to talk to this gentleman.
Yeah, I think so. Let's do it.
Rock and roll, man.
One, two, three.
I'm Stu,
And I'm Derek.
and this is our podcast about all the weird, spooky, creepy things that keep us up at night.
And the one thing that makes us forget all about them.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Beer freaks.
dun dun dun. And we're back. We're back with Chris from Beer Mountain Life. And Chris, we are so excited to talk to you, man, because your product looks phenomenal.
Dude, we're stoked.
Oh man, thank you guys. No, I'm really excited to be here too, and to talk to you guys, and just to be on the podcast in general.
Well, we already know a couple of things, because obviously we've been talking to you for a little bit now, before we started the podcast. We know you like beer. We already know you're a horror fan, and we know you're a fan of the outdoors. So like this is like a match made in heaven. This is perfect, man.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
No.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, good start, Derek. I love it. See, we're off and running, man. Cheers. And cheers, Chris, man. Cheers. Thank you for coming.
Cheers. Absolutely.
You know, it's bad luck if you cheers and then don't drink afterwards. And I do that so many times because like I'm excited to like keep talking. So
Oh,
like
dude,
I
yeah, you
cheers
gotta
and then
drink
I'm
right
like,
away.
yeah, you got it. Yeah. But we can talk about beer later, because I know that what I'd like, if you can just tell us a little bit about Beer Mountain Life, because I am super excited about this product. It's great gear. So
Yeah.
can you tell us a little bit about the gear that you guys are selling at Beer Mountain Life?
So our first product, it's a hiking backpack, like a premium hiking backpack that has a water bladder compartment, and it's the first of its kind to have the water bladder compartment as well as a fully insulated 24 can cooler. So it's completely geared to it's funny you say that too. Everyone's like, why do I need to bring 24 beers on a hike? You don't have to bring 24 beers on a hike.
But why would you not
if
want
you
to?
Why
want
would
it-
you not?
if you wanted to, it can fit up to 24 beers. I actually have it. Can I?
Oh my God,
please.
please
Yeah,
give us-
bring it out, man.
let's-
Bring it out.
So this is the sample pack. So,
look
most
at that
cooler
beast.
backpacks that are on the market aren't very ergonomic. So this one has a 3-piece padded backing. I mean, it's built from top to bottom to be more of just a premium hiking backpack first. So we put comfort above all else. But then, and this took we'll probably get into it. This took 3 years to figure out. So the first part has a water bladder compartment, but then the second compartment is where the fully insulated 24 can cooler goes. So you can fit up to 24 beers there. The hardest part here was to figure out how to sew it and keep it waterproof while doing some heat sealing stuff.
Yeah.
I've learned more about fabrics than I've ever cared to know in my life. But anyway, so this is our flagship product. Yeah, it's live right now.
Well,
So
I think one of the coolest things, I mean, and obviously we've read all about your product. You know, we see a lot of your posts on social, which you guys are obviously doing a phenomenal job with your content, because immediately we wanted to see it. In fact, I think you reached out because you saw one of their posts on Instagram, right?
No. So the crazy part is, someone literally tagged Beer Freaks with your guys's product.
Oh, no way.
And we're like, I looked at it and I'm like, dude, oh my God, like we got to get these guys on because
That's
this is
right.
fantastic. So that's when I reach out.
That was my buddy, David Williams, who lives in Prescott, Arizona, just a little south of Flagstaff. So David, shout out to you. Thank you for kind of serendipitously making this happen.
Thanks, David.
But no, I mean, so we're reading all about your product. Obviously, you talk a lot about, when you look at the website, you talk a lot about the comfort. It's one of the most comfortable, and it's built for hiking. Like you said, it's not built just to be a beer carrier. There's plenty of those out there, but it's built for comfort. But then also it does have the ability to carry 24 beers, which is incredible. I mean, if you're going to go on like an overnight or something like that, or you're going to go down the Grand Canyon rafting or something like that, this is something that could actually sustain you for a while.
Well, yeah, because there's so many times too, you want to you wonder, okay, I need to take something cold. If you don't have, most people have those backpacks that, just basically have the bladder.
Yeah.
And you have your water, but you can't really carry anything else. You got like another backpack to carry whatever. And then some backpacks, it's like, well, I need to take a hydro flask or, a Stanley or whatever for water. But you guys got the mix of everything. Like you can have water, and then after I'm done with my hike, I can get some beer. I can put my food. Like you can put everything in this backpack all in one.
Yeah, we were kind of shocked. So it got started. So my wife Haley and I, we lived in San Diego for a long time, and we really got started. We fell in love with craft beer when like the Stones of the world and Green Flash, like. All right, R.I.P. Green Flash, but Green Flash and all them got started. And we were already, active outdoor people. So we were already sort of like living that lifestyle that we, unbeknownst to us was going to become sort of our future. But it was during COVID that her and I, we hiked up in the Sierras, kind of by the Tahoe area, a little north of that. And we brought some beer like we usually do and just sat on the peak. And we're like, whoa, like, isn't it cool how all the chaos that's going down there right now, like you feel none of it, like it feels normal up here. And then the conversation started where it's like, well, it'd be nice if we could keep these cool on our hikes. And we assumed that something would be out there that could do both. And, you're shocked that there just wasn't anything out there. And I had a little background in product development and marketing and everything like that. So that kind of set the wheels in motion. I thought it would be a little faster, but like I said, there's a reason that there's not those packs on the market because they're incredibly hard to manufacture. But a lot of blood, sweat, and tears later, we managed to kind of perfect the process of making them.
Damn.
The backpack is sort of our foray into getting people's attention and introducing them to the brand, but we have big plans going forward.
I was going to say, so do you, I mean, you clearly there's a whole line you guys could be looking into as you consider the how beer and hiking and outdoors in general kind of works together and just intertwines. Is there anything you can share about future products that you guys are thinking about?
Yeah, I mean, so if you think of the big like portable cooler brands out there, I mean, like we will start to come out with products that are similar to those, but without revealing too much, we've come up with some really, I think, really shockingly good innovations to some of their products that fixes a lot of the issues that come with some of their coolers. So that's sort of like stage 2 or phase 2 of Beer Mountain. And then I think this brand really was built for events. I mean, I really do beyond products, which is, the product lines are so important to us. I think giving people outdoor experiences where they pair beer with some kind of like physical outdoor activity, I think is just so crucial to the brand. Cause that's what we're trying to promote, right? Is get outdoors, like disconnect. It seems weird to say we're launching an e-commerce brand that promotes like getting offline, but ultimately that's what we're trying to do is just bring people outdoors and entice people that maybe haven't been outdoors as much to just get out there, and we'll entice them with beer and make it a little bit more fun versus some of the other, some of the Patagonias out there that feels like you're not ready to do what they advertise.
Yes. I know. And that's the incredible thing, man. I mean, clearly there are so many places that you can take this, and it sounds like you guys have some plans, maybe not ready to share yet. And that's perfectly fine. Okay. So you have, with your company, with Beer Mountain Life, your primary hashtag is Cheers at the Peak. Now, who came up with that? Tell us the story about where that came from, just off the cuff, or was it like really thought through?
It was really day one. So, I mean, it was that moment on that hike during the start of COVID with my wife that we literally cheers at the peak. You know what I mean? So it was before we even thought of the name Beer Mountain for our packs. It was no, we want to make a brand in short terms that kind of celebrates, how do we celebrate getting outside, being active and doing that? So Cheers at the Peak was born before Beer Mountain was actually born even.
Wow. That's super cool.
And Beer Mountain came about just because I was like, I was again talking to Haley, I was like, how do I try to get people to get in the mountains and drink beer? And so we were like, let's not overthink it. It's Beer Mountain.
Beer Mountain.
And that's what it's gonna be. I'll never be at this moment, but my dream is that someone on a trail someday will pass another person wearing a Beer Mountain, pack, and they'll notice it and just give each other the hey.
Oh yeah.
And they'll both know. And they'll both know what that means.
That'll happen.
Really
that'll totally happen.
That'll happen.
Yeah,
that'll happen.
Okay.
And if it doesn't happen, Derek and I will do it.
Yeah, we'll do it
just
for you.
just to make sure that it has happened at some point.
We'll film it. It'll make it look legit. like we didn't set up a camera or anything.
It'll be a commercial. Yeah. First beer you put in the backpack that worked. The one that worked.
Yeah. Well, I have it right here. I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about it. But
here we go.
In Auburn, there's which is just outside of Sacramento, but it's on your way to the hills. There's a brewery called Knee Deep. And like I'm a West Coast guy, so like West Coast IPAs are in my blood pretty much. And so Knee Deep, the beer is called Tahoe Deep. It's far and away just like the best iteration, I think, of a West Coast IPA that I have. They call it an Imperial IPA because it's kind of strong. It's 8.5%.
Oh, but
nice, man.
This is the go-to hiking beer for me, 100%. This is like pine forward, if that makes sense. Like very much the hops pine forward. Like if you're opposed to bitterness, like this is gonna hit you with the bitter a little bit more. But I always figured like West Coast IPAs were the kind of the OG into like, hey, bitter's not bad. Like they were the first, like after the bitter beer face commercials. Like no, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. If you don't like piss beer.
Yeah, bitter beer is better.
And it also kills your taste buds, so it's the only beer you can taste after a while.
I feel like Stone even first was Arrogant Bastard, right?
Yeah.
So which wasn't even, I mean, it was still hoppy, but it wasn't even to the IPA level when they started to get traction with that. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Okay. So you've kind of explained Tahoe Deep just a little bit. So it's by the brewery Knee Deep. I don't think I've ever had Knee Deep.
I've never heard of that. Yeah.
So
they were sued by Sony because their logo represents like the guy from Breaking Bad, and they won the lawsuit. Yeah. So that's their like claim to fame. Yeah. So it's like the guy from Breaking Bad, but his head is a hop, and somehow they won the lawsuit. Yeah.
So their logo
they're legends.
So their logo can't be that anymore. Did they like change it? Did they have to?
No. Knee Deep won. You won't be. I don't know if I can say. It's right over the. It's right over the P. You can almost see the guy. He's like a mad scientist doctor. Yeah, he's still there.
Okay. We'll have to check that out.
Did the logo used to be bigger on the can? Like, did that like?
So, their main beer is called Breaking Bud.
Oh.
And so it was, so they have Breaking Bad and Breaking Bud with there's, you can go down the list, but I think they won because it's parody or something.
Sure.
But anyways, they won, they got to keep it.
Good for them.
But the town was kind of in an uproar. They're like, no, don't change the name.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. So Chris, you got to give us your so you're about to taste it. You taste it. Tell us what you're feeling, what you're tasting.
What's the experience?
Yeah, give us everything.
Right.
Try to talk in a sultry voice.
Yeah,
while
give us the porno version of the beer.
You gotta be elegant with it. A little elegant,
the sensual porno.
You're just jumping straight.
I'm gonna wipe the condensation.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right, going knee deep in a knee deep.
Good.
No, I'm telling you though, honestly, with this beer, it's like I said, it's pine forward, and it's just like it's perfection. The way you talk about Green Flash, like if you were to do a blindfold test with me and said, "Here's 100 West Coast IPAs, like what's your favorite one?" I would bet you $100 that I would pick this one out of that full
that
lineup
good
every time.
Cool.
Yeah,
we gotta get us some knee deep.
We gotta get our hands on that, man.
We gotta get some knee
That
deep.
sounds super cool. Well, we gotta jump into one of our IPAs.
Which one should we start with?
I gotta do okay. All right. So Chris, I'm gonna let you pick this. So I got a Tetris Nugget. Oh, you can't really see it. Dang. The label's pretty cool. It's like Tetris. And then we have a sour IPA.
A sour IPA, so they're mixing the two.
Yeah.
What's the flavors on the sour? Are they going like fruited, or is it just like a soury?
I don't know. You know what? Let's do that one. That's the one. We're gonna do it right now.
I'm so intrigued with that.
Let's do that. Okay. Let's rock it out.
All right, so we'll take a little Pepto-Bismol commercial break right now, and we'll be right back.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Those are all things you might suffer from after a long night of drinking, like Derek, every other day. But they also happen to be the same things that Pepto cures. So, ladies and gentlemen, whether Pepto-Bismol happens to actually be a sponsor of this show or not, they're not. Get Pepto and fix your hangover. Figure it out. Pepto-Bismol, curing hangovers since 1234.
Yeah, we do Pepto breaks. They don't sponsor the show yet, but eventually, if we keep doing commercials that are bad enough and we make them sound terrible, they may sponsor us to stop doing the ads in the show.
Well, I know, Chris, you're itching to hear about this astronomical. Well, hold on. Chris, I know you're itching to hear about this I can't even say that. Try and say that.
Astronomical.
Oh, Jesus.
Come on, man. You want me to do this?
I'll let Stu do it.
I actually want you to keep trying. Come on, astronomical. You got
astronomical.
This. Yeah,
okay.
See? But saying tropical right after astronomical, that's going to be a challenge. Astronomical, tropical?
There's no astronomical tropical in there.
Twilight.
Wow.
I don't know why my brain went
you
there.
can see where we're at, Chris. Jesus.
I've already had like 7.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Only 3.
All right, Chris. I know you're excited to try this astronomical Twilight Sour IPA, which you can't try. I'm sorry, but we'll explain it to you.
Yeah, we're just going to make you jealous for a little bit. Although we're already jealous of the knee deep, so, you know.
Yeah.
This one, this is the kind of beer I've never heard of before, a sour IPA, so I'm excited.
Same.
Okay, so check it out. So this is Astronomical Twilight. It's a sour India Pale Ale. It's with watermelon, strawberry, lime, and select hops. I guess they just selected hops.
They chose their hops.
They chose
That's
their
good.
hops. That's great. It's 7% alcohol by volume. Not a session. Nice. Drink these
Yeah, 7's. That's a morning drink.
It's a beer balanced by science. It's by Equilibrium Brewing.
Where are they from?
Middletown, New York.
Middletown, New York.
All right. Hey, cheers, guys.
Cheers, Chris.
Love this.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Cheers.
Whoa, that's weird.
Whoa.
Do you like it?
I love it. That's a sour I can drink.
Fruit forward?
It's very fruit
Is it
forward.
fruit forward or is
very
it
fruit forward?
Okay.
Yeah, I taste the watermelon. The watermelon's lingering on my palate right now.
Totally. But dude, the aftertaste is like there's nothing really there.
I'm still getting watermelon right now.
But I mean, like there's no skunk. There's it's just very clean. It's weird.
To be honest, well, let me take one more sip. I don't know where the IPA is in here. I don't get hops.
That's what I was curious. That's what I was curious about. Like, what makes it an IPA? It's strong. It's 7%.
Yeah.
Like compared to a usual sour, but
right.
That's a good question, man. I'm interested to see how they brew this one.
Yeah,
like where they add the fruit, like how the whole process went down. Because you don't get any IPA.
I'm not getting any hops
at all.
I mean, but no, I will say I'm not saying it's bad. No, I think it's it's a tasty beer. It's probably not like would be my go-to by any stretch, but I don't like sours all that much. But it's definitely not bad. It's just that it's an IPA sour or sour IPA.
Sour IPA.
Sour IPA.
Yep.
Well, so it's definitely sour forward. and I get a lot of watermelon. I get probably the other fruits. I forget what the other fruits were, but definitely get the watermelon,
lemon, lime, strawberry.
Yeah. So I'm getting some of that. But I don't get the hops.
I don't get hops either, man.
And you're not a huge IPA fan, so
No.
you would probably pick it up if you were getting a lot of hops.
Yeah, but I don't get, like, I do get that little bit of linger from the watermelon, but other than that, there's really no aftertaste, which I'm not a fan of. I like to kind of feel it after.
I think they're fucking with us.
And I don't get a lot.
I don't think there's any alcohol in here.
There's probably not. They're like, these guys are 37%.
Yeah, this is one of those things that's just trying to fuck with people so that they act drunk, but they're actually not drunk at all. Do you ever do that in high school?
I feel like
fuck with your friends.
Yeah. Get a keg of O'Doul's and see who tools out.
see who pretends to be drunk. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I did read an article recently, by the way, that said that even the taste of beer can release significant dopamine in your brain.
Really, just a taste?
Yeah, so because like this whole non-alcoholic craze, like Chris, I don't know, have you?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on non-alcoholic beer?
So it was probably last January I tried for the first time ever. I was like, all right, I'm just going to do dry January.
Sure.
And I did go to a party at somebody's house. It was more like a family gathering, but I realized I wanted to have something that tasted like beer. So I bought St. Pauli Girl.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, but no, the taste of beer did not give me that.
You didn't get the
feeling. I did not get that whatsoever.
Bummer.
I felt very uncomfortable. Yeah. I started ripping label. I noticed my thumb ripping the label off of
You're like twitching. You're like twitching for the alcohol. Yeah. You're like, fuck, this isn't the same.
Yeah, if you're gonna drink beer.
That's what I'm saying, man.
And if you're not, don't.
I mean, look, again, we talked about this. I think, non-alcoholic beer has a place, like, especially for alcoholics, right? So like if you really, really miss alcohol, but you absolutely can't have it. Okay. That makes sense.
But should you even be doing that? Because that's almost like the slippery slope, man. It's like, you kind of get the taste, right? And then I don't know.
Yeah.
Sierra out here just bought Athletic Brewing Company, and they're like a big non-alcoholic beer or like whole brewery, and they're doing some cool things with it, and like I respect it and everything, but at the same time, with respect to them, I don't see myself picking up a 6-pack for the same price, mind you, the same price as a regular beer too.
Totally. No.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. I if I'm not gonna drink, I would just rather have like a Coke Zero, or or a juice.
I'll drink soda.
Gatorade.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, I'm not judging anybody. It's just for me personally, when I think about the purpose of a non-alcoholic beer, it is never going to serve a purpose in my life.
No, there's no purpose
that I can see right now.
Yeah,
that I can see.
Yeah.
I've never gotten to the process of brewing beer, but like, don't you have to do something weird to brew the alcohol out of it too? You know what I mean? Like, I
would imagine.
Isn't alcohol just a natural? Yeah, it's a natural process.
Like the sugar poops out the alcohol. So how do you take it and remove it? Do you flush it?
It's probably like a strain of yeast, right? Like I'm just totally talking out my ass right now, by the way. Man. But like, because the yeast eat the sugar from whatever you put in there.
Yep.
And then they poop out the alcohol.
Yep.
So maybe there's a strain of yeast that like can poop out non-alcoholic alcohol. I don't know.
Man. I don't know. We need to figure this out.
We should know this.
What are they pooping out then?
Yeah.
What are they pooping out?
It's just air.
They're pooping out ayahuasca. They're taking it to the next level.
Oh yeah.
See, but that's another good part of hiking. Not that I've actually partaken. But like, doing those spirit journeys,
Well, and that serves a purpose. Like non-alcoholic beer doesn't serve our purpose.
No.
But a backpack that holds 24 cans of beer and water and our stuff, that serves a purpose.
That'll get me through like 6 hours of hiking. 24.
That'll take me a long time through a hike because I don't hike far. I do glamping, So
do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's called a hotel.
Derek drinks with his pinky up.
I do.
Derek drinks with his pinky up. He's like,
Man, sometimes I get called out because sometimes I don't know why it happens, but it just happens.
It goes that way. It just happens.
I think I grip it too low so that I just misses the bottom of the can.
To be fair, when I look at that, you got your pinky that's mobile at that point. You can put it under the can, so it's actually resting on the pinky.
Like that.
You know, so you can't slip out. Can't slip out at that point. Maybe it's functional.
Yeah.
All right. So, Derek, out of 10, what do you rate our sour IPA?
See, so are we basing this on an IPA or are we basing this on a sour?
Well, no, I think you got to base it on beer in general. What would you say?
Okay. Well,
just for your taste.
This is something I could drink like all day.
You could drink that all day?
All day. This has no real big aftertaste for me. It's super smooth. I know I'm not going to get heartburn from this. There's no Tums action happening.
You don't know that.
Yeah. I dig the flavor, man. Like I could definitely have a few of these. So 1 to 10, 9.
9
for me. Yeah.
Golly, you're starting high.
9.
Wow.
You want me to go 8.75?
We don't need to get that specific.
Okay. 8.62 then.
Good Lord. Okay. All right. Well, so my rating would be probably like a 5.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. I mean, you're an IPA guy.
Yeah. I want the hops.
Yeah.
And again, for me, I'm very critical of beer.
You are.
And so, it's not like it's bad. But anyway, Chris, the Knee Deep, the Tahoe Deep. You already told us that beer is perfection for you. So I think I know where you're going.
I brought 2 10s with me, so it's going to be 10-10. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
So this is a 10 out of 10 every time. Yeah.
All right. So we won't even ask you on your next beer because we're just going to know it's a 10. Maybe we'll actually know the next one.
Yeah.
But
let's see. But we need to get to
yes.
We need to get to
like
what
know
gets
each
you
other.
a little nervous, Chris. What gets you in the dark to where you're, as you see my movement, I don't know where this is coming from, but it makes me think of being scared and nervous about scary stuff. You got to give us your fear, but don't tell us what it is. Give us a little hint. And then...
Oh, yeah. Build the suspense.
Yeah. Build the suspense because then we'll jump into the beer and then talk fear.
Well, the suspense, I guess, would be that my eyes no longer work. If that's a hint, my eyes become useless at this point, I guess.
That could go a lot of different ways.
But,
yeah, it could.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oof.
All right. I think if I tell you the story though, it's gonna become very apparent very fast from the first part.
Jesus. Whew. I can't wait to hear that story. But you know what I can't wait more for?
What?
Beer 2.
Oh, beer 2.
Beer 2.
Beer 2.
Yeah, well, Chris, I mean, how are you doing on the Knee Deep? Are you good to move on to the next one?
You will never have to ask.
All right. I like that. All right. Chris, when you come out to Vegas, man, you gotta hit us up because you sound like one of our buddies.
So you guys are from there. Like, do you guys remember the old O'Shea's?
Oh yeah. God, yeah, dude. The old
Oh my God. That was where we used to go.
Oh my God. Beer pong, right? Didn't
oh my God.
Like all the beer pong
tables
pong
was amazing at the old O'Shea's.
Yeah. If it rained, their roof leaked and they would get out like a little person dressed like a leprechaun and they'd put a bucket behind him and he would guide people around the leak.
Oh, yeah.
Into the ceiling. Yeah.
Oh, that is not a pot of gold, by the way. That is filled with roof leakage.
Now you'd get canceled for that, I think.
Yeah, no kidding. This world. That guy really liked his job, though. Actually, my wife works at Caesar. She's worked there. She knew that guy. I think his name was Brian.
Oh, dude,
really nice guy.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I met him
Good job, Brian.
times. Yeah,
cool.
Nice guy.
All right.
But yeah, I was.
Thanks,
You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. No, he was. I'm saying he actually had fun. He liked his job. He was doing it. He was doing a great job. But
see, that's where cancel culture
it's weird.
What if they like what they're doing?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, don't cancel them. They enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I think we need to open this one for our second beer.
And by the way, just to close off this whole O'Shea's thing, we all recognize now just how gross beer pong is now.
It's
right?
disgusting.
Like, especially on the strip, where millions of
millions of feet have walked.
Millions of feet have stepped in dog shit and insects and all kinds of shit. And they're walking around, and then your ball is going to fall on the ground, and you're going to throw it into someone's beer.
Okay, but tell me this. So we've all played beer pong, right? We're probably all around the same age, I feel like. We're close. When you go and play beer pong at someone's house where they have a different cup for the ball
Oh yeah.
compared to the cups that they're in. That was weird to me. I'm like, no. I'm taking the ball out of
doesn't
these
feel
cups.
right.
It doesn't feel right.
Doesn't feel right.
Which that was the cleanlier version.
Oh, it's totally.
But it didn't feel like it didn't feel right.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah,
agree.
you had to pour whatever you found. Also in your kill cup, basically, and it was just a mess of hair and sand and all that
So
stuff.
gross.
Kids nowadays don't know.
Do you think they still play beer pong at college?
Totally?
You think so?
Yeah,
I mean,
I think so.
I'd imagine. Like we've probably all graduated onto like cornhole and stuff like that.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the last time I actually played beer pong.
it's been a long time for me.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice. That's a good
There you go.
That takes us to our second beer.
Indeed. I'm sorry.
Okay, Chris, we got to see what the second beer is for
Yes.
you, buddy, and then we'll crack ours.
Okay, second for me, huge brewery in Sacramento, Track 7. This is Left Eye, Right Eye. So Track 7, their main beer is Panic IPA. Left Eye, Right Eye is their double IPA. I have zero idea what hops they put in it, and everyone from Sacramento that hears this is going to tell me I'm wrong, but it has like this, it's almost like a chocolatey finish. I don't know, you know it when you taste it.
Okay.
Like, I get the same thing out of some wines sometime where I'm like, "Ooh, that was like a chocolatey finish," and everyone's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, I don't know how else to describe it. But so this is Left Eye, Right Eye. It's a double IPA from Track 7.
Track 7. Cool.
And
Double IPA.
10 out of 10.
It's already 10 out. So did you say, sorry if I missed it, the ABV on that bad boy?
This is 8.5.
8.5. Okay, so
going
both
up, going up.
Yeah.
beasties. Okay. What do we got for
Yeah.
ours? What are we looking at?
This is a Murky Double India Pale Ale.
I want to try a Murky double.
Let's do.
It's not the same as a juicy double,
No.
but it's
It's a Murky Double.
Okay. But Chris,
You guys are getting new terms for IPAs. I haven't even.
that's what I'm saying.
That's just hazy.
As soon as he said
That's just
Murky,
hazy where I come.
yeah.
It's a hazy where I come from.
I want to see what a Murky is.
Well, it's just hazy.
You don't know that. You don't know that to be true.
That's what the store even said. It's just hazy.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, they
Oh,
just
okay.
changed the fucking
Oh, man.
name.
That's so dumb.
it's stupid.
I hope it's a good beer.
Yeah, but this is out of San Diego, so just like. Anyway, Chris,
Yes.
let's taste your beer, or let's enjoy you tasting.
Yeah, pour it into the
While we watch
pour it into
you.
the camera so we can at least
Yeah.
like pretend like we're drinking.
Okay.
I'm just
This
oh
is,
my
this is
God.
the Track 7. This is
Track
Left
7.
Eye, Right Eye.
Okay, so
They also make a left eye, right eye, left eye. That's a triple.
Oh,
That'll-
Jesus.
That'll tear you up.
Wasn't-
I didn't want to get one of those.
it's what was Beyonce's first band name? It's,
Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child. Wasn't there a woman in that band named Left Eye? Because
No,
You're thinking of Spice
you're
Girls.
thinking
That's
of
Spice Girls.
Spice
no,
Girls.
it's not
No,
Spice
TLC.
Girl.
You're thinking
Oh,
TLC.
it's TLC.
Yeah.
Oh, TLC.
That's
Lisa
what it
Left Eye
is.
Lopez.
Oh,
Is it Left Eye though? Is that
Yeah,
what it was?
Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
Ah, there we go. Nice.
Chili and somebody else.
Yeah, somebody else.
Nice.
Anyways, all right, let's try this beer.
Okay.
So when you drink this, it has the IPA right off the bat, and then for the life of me, like I can't describe the finish. But
Are you
other
getting
than
chocolate?
chocolatey.
Are you still getting the
Wow.
chocolate?
Yeah, I still do. I still do. It's like this.
Is it like a
I
dark
don't know. And
chocolate?
they don't even on the can. They don't say what hops they use, so I couldn't tell you exactly like what it is. But it's this like earthy finish, not like a yeasty finish, but like a earthy, chocolatey, dark finish. And I don't know. I absolutely love it.
Whoa.
That's cool, man.
That's
That's cool.
super
I
good,
would definitely
Yeah.
give that a shot. Maybe we should have those guys on the show next.
Yeah, we should.
Get them on.
Yeah,
and
sounds
then we
awesome,
could
dude.
tell you if there's any merit to the chocolate argument.
There's gotta be.
but
Chocolate's pretty prominent.
We're gonna have to take Chris's word for it, though.
I think so.
So Chris is right. Everyone in Sacramento is wrong.
Damn it.
There is a chocolate component to the Left Eye, Right Eye by
I
triple
know.
by
Everyone's,
Lisa Left Eye.
everyone's gonna make fun of me. Everyone's gonna make fun of me for this because no one else describes it as chocolate. But
I love it. No, that's good, man. I mean, you never know what you're going to pick up. Oh, taste is subjective. It's, you know.
We'll make sure that this part of the podcast is our promo video.
And we're going to tag the shit out of Sacramento, and it'll be great. All right, let's have some Murky beer.
Let's have some Murky beer. Okay. Stu, you want to do this one? Because I did the last one.
Okay. So our Murky beer, this is by the Pure Project. Okay. Lucent Shadows is the name of the beer. Murky Double
Diego.
IPA. And it is San Diego. Yep. Hand brewed and canned in San Diego, which is German, I believe.
I'm glad they hand brewed that.
Did they wash their hands first? Hand brewed. So we know they didn't chop off their hands. For optimal flavor, we recommend storing this beer cold and drinking it as. How long has this beer been out? Hey, but this beer was canned on April 26th, so it's relatively fresh.
Wow, all right.
They don't have a story, really. I mean, that's most
upsetting.
beers have a story these
I like
days.
the story.
They don't have a story. But it is from San Diego. It's 8.7 ABV, so we beat you this time, Chris, which we're happy about. But
I know about Pure Project too. They're cool. They're in North Park.
Oh, really?
They have a cool
Get out of here.
facility. Yeah.
Are they relatively new?
I think so, but they did a really big marketing campaign. So they were, or either that, or they did a small marketing campaign and they knew that I love beer, and they just hit me up.
Very
hard.
targeted.
Yeah, but I have a bunch of friends that live in North Park, so I've been there a couple times actually.
Dude, my wife
Okay.
and I lived in North Park before we moved to Vegas. That was the last place in San Diego I lived before moving out here. 30th Street is awesome. Great place. Although it's changed a lot. We moved out in like 2011, so it's 12 years later.
It's a totally new city now. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I got to say, this already is very skunky.
This is hoppy. I don't get skunky.
Really?
All right.
I don't get skunky, but yeah.
Cheers, Chris.
Chris, cheers, man.
Cheers, guys.
Lisa Lopez
Cheers to the Beer
and-
Mountain Life.
Yeah, Beer Mountain Life and Murky.
Oh yeah, that's more
Whoa.
my speed. That's more my speed.
That doesn't taste like it smells to me.
It also doesn't taste murky.
No, it looks murky.
It does. Well, or hazy.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's good.
I feel like murky doesn't sound more appetizing to me.
no,
No.
murky sounds bad. Murky.
Sounds very bad, but it made me buy it because it's like, ooh, what's
see,
murky?
that's the thing.
Oh.
You go unique, but it's also unique for a reason. There's a reason people haven't tried that. 'Cause
Yeah.
It probably doesn't sound great, but it separates you from the market.
But they
So-
matched it with the label too. If the label was very bright and shiny and it said murky, I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. But this is like dark, ominous. I'm like, murky? Whoa, man, let's try it.
Did you know that if you listen to music that feels similar to the style and label of your beer, you enjoy it significantly more?
What?
It's true.
No way.
Yeah, they just did a huge project.
Did you do a TikTok on this yet?
I haven't done it, but I'm going to. It's crazy. It's so good.
Stu is making up stories. Right now. There's
Those fucking
how do
New
you
Yorkers.
How do you study that?
So they did a sample of three. They did 3 test groups. They did one. I'm gonna forget all this stuff, but basically it was like one test group where there was no label and no music, and it was all the same beer for each test group.
Okay.
Okay, no label and no music, and then they rated how much they enjoyed the beer afterwards.
Okay.
They did one group where the label was on, but they mismatched the music. So like
bright label, dark music.
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they used the band The Editors from the UK. I've never even heard of these guys, but apparently the Editors teamed up with this brewery to literally create a flavor of the beer and a label to match their style of music. And so that's what they were trying to see was this effective? And so the third group got the right label and the right music, the Editors' music, that really felt like the label and felt like the flavors of the beer somehow. I don't know how they calculate that. But regardless of the 3 test groups, you can imagine which one probably came out the best.
Yeah.
I mean, based on what I just said. So if you drink beer that matches the mood of your music, and I don't know what the definition of that is, by the way, you'll enjoy it a lot more.
You know what? There's something to that though, because how many episodes have we done where it's like we've sat down here when we had the bar down here, and after an episode we've had music playing, and some nights it's like the music just hits right.
Oh,
we're just jamming out, we're having a couple beers, and then it's 2 a.m. We're like, holy crap.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is
you
true.
know? Like it's just something about the mood that, like, I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think music in general makes everything better. But
Oh, totally.
apparently if you match it to your beer, Again, don't know the definition of that, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what mine. I have a blue beer and a red beer. I guess it would just be.
What music could you see, Chris, to your knee deep? Like, what do you think of when you see knee
that's
deep?
a good question.
Right? Like, what do you see?
Okay, so the hop is supposed to look like the top-down shape of Lake Tahoe, if you guys know that. Just a little bit like Lake Tahoe, which is both a mountain town and a summer town. It's an all-seasons town.
Yeah.
Man, I would go like, do you guys know who? It's like they're called the Revivalists. It's kind of like it's an alternative, but like happy alternative kind of band.
Okay.
Because you could play them while you're snowboarding, but you could also play them while you're at the beach. I would say something like the Revivalists, or like just an indie alt upbeat kind of band.
I like that.
The
I like that.
Revivalists.
I couldn't name a single Revivalist, but I know I've heard them several times. Good band.
I've never heard them. I got to look them up. I love new music.
Yeah,
Revivalists. Cool.
I'm into that. I'm into that.
What about Lisa Left Eye? I literally can't remember the name of the beer besides
He's
that,
not going to be able to
that's
think about anything but Destiny's Child when he drinks that one.
Well, TLC, man.
It's a TLC.
It's TLC. That's right. Sorry, Beyonce.
I mean, it's a little more aggressive, right? There's like sharp edges going on it and stuff.
Rammstein. I'm kidding.
No, I'll go like man, I don't know, something aggressive, like rock, like an old indie, like Disturbed, like from back in the day.
Disturbed.
That's good. I thought you were going to say Nickelback. No,
not Nickelback. Yeah, not Nickelback.
Hard rock, Nickelback,
and POD.
Oh, hey, POD's from San Diego, by the way.
POD would be a fun one. Yeah.
POD's good, funny. Man.
What do you see, Stu, when you see this beer? What do you see? The one we're drinking right now.
Lucent Shadows. You know, this is an easy one. Like, it's like an obvious connection. So there's probably better ones out there, but it's a black can. It's called Lucent Shadows. It sounds kind of dark. I'm going to go with Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson. Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Dig it.
All right. Dig it. What about the Astronomical Twilight?
Dude, okay, so this one I'm going to say, because it kind of looks like the Clocks album cover, if I remember that correctly, I'm going to say Coldplay.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that big time. I'll give you Coldplay on that one.
Yeah, a little Coldplay. Because you know what? It's a little soft.
Yeah.
But I still liked it. You know, it's not my favorite band, but I still, I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
What about you? You got one? How about the PBR can? Do one for the PBR can.
PBR? This is going to be Smash Mouth.
Wow.
All day.
I don't even know how to interpret that, man. That's good.
It's just good. You drink it, you're like, oh, back in the, just having a good time.
Hey, now.
Yeah.
You're
LFO,
a PBR.
Any of those guys.
All right. We've had too much fun. Now we need to get down. We need to get serious.
Now we got to get dark and
we need to get serious.
Is that a word?
What?
I made it one.
Did you?
Therapize.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yep. All right.
Okay,
Chris. Now it's time to get dark.
I'm gonna tell you my fear, and then I also have a good little scary story for you guys too.
Yes.
True story. But
yes.
The first.
The best kind.
So my fear, and I'm sure you guys have heard this before, but when I was, not this first part, but the fear in general, when I was born, apparently, obviously I don't remember this, but whoever the nurse was cleaning me, and she held me underwater too long.
Oh, whoa.
And I got water in my lungs, right? Whoa. So as she was cleaning me, I was underwater and I got water in my lungs. And I wouldn't get in water, I wouldn't touch water until I was at least 12 or 13 years old. So drowning was always the number one. But what it slowly transitioned to, as I transitioned out of that, is any form of water that I can't see the bottom of the ground on.
Man.
Yeah. So if I can't see the bottom, I am genuinely terrified. I thought about this hard, and I was like, no, if you put me in a body of water and I can't touch the ground and I can't see the ground, I am utterly utterly terrified.
When you gave the hint, I thought you were just going to talk about being blind. I thought that's what, I thought it was just
No,
that was really good. That was an really amazing hint because I thought the exact same thing. And in my head, I'm like, it's blind, but I mean,
right.
But I love that. I love that. I think that's one of the best
why
hints
he likes knee deep
done.
beer.
Yeah.
Because in knee deep water, you can always see the ground.
Can you?
And you guys drank a Murky beer. So
yeah.
We drank Murky.
God. That's the only reason I bought it. I knew.
Holy shit.
I knew.
See this? Okay. All right. That's interesting,
That's
man.
a super valid fear, dude.
That is a super. Okay. So, like, what about watching movies about water and weird stuff? Like obviously there's Jaws. There's also
Piranha.
Shit. What is the Stephen King one?
Mega Shark.
Nope.
I mean, I'm just naming Deep Blue Sea.
No, because there's like this one where they're fuck me. Oh, it's like
that's on OnlyFans. It's a different one.
Okay, regardless, whatever. Movies where you see this kind of stuff, does that freak you out in a movie, or does it have to be actually like you doing it?
No, it freaks me out in movies for sure. So there's the one like level of underwater movies where they're in like a dark but visible water, and then like a shark or something comes out super fast from the deep. Like that gets me.
Oh yeah.
But actually what really gets me more is when you see them floating in the water and you don't know what grabbed them, and then it pulls them under. You know what I mean? So they're in the and every time I'll walk in a lake sometimes and I can see the bottom, but then it's like a clay lake, and so I accidentally pushed up sediment, and I find myself like freaking out. Yeah, that something's gonna get me whenever that happens. Yeah.
Oh my god, man, that's so true. Okay, so I remembered. Did you ever watch the movie Creep Show? As a Stephen King, it had 4 different short stories in the movie.
Was that
it was like
new?
the 80s. No, it was like the 80s, early 90s.
Because there was a new
skeleton guy?
one like that. No, I don't think I watched it. No,
I think you would hate it. I think you'd hate it.
Hate it.
You might love it, or maybe it'll help you get over the fear, or maybe make it way worse. I think it'd probably make it way worse.
We should.
I went to Louisiana actually, and it's funny we were just talking about that, but it was my first time there, and my Uber driver goes, "Hey, you see that like breakage on the highway over there, like from the protective fence?" And I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh, there was a high-speed chase there last night, and like the guy drove off." And I was like, "Oh, like did they catch him?" They're like, "Oh no, he's dead." And I was like, "Well, did they get it? Did they get him?" They're like, No. Like if you fall in that water, like you're dead. Like something's gonna eat you instantly."
Oh my god!
And that stuck with me so hard ever since then.
God.
He's like, "No, call the search off. Like something ate him instantly." I'm like, "Oh my god,
Jesus,
that's terrifying."
It's just like there's no coming back from that.
No, it's probably
not just like
crocodiles.
dead. Yeah, but like you're gone. You're literally that guy's like you're not having a funeral.
Yeah, you got to be cremated.
It was like not even a searchlight, nothing. Like you're dead.
Wow. Jesus,
oh, terrifying.
Man.
Wow. Okay.
So,
you know what we need to do as part of the podcast? When we get a lot of money, we should start taking people that are afraid of things and helping them get over the fear. So we would fly out to see you, and then we would take you hardcore session. We'd just throw you in a freaking lake that you can't see the bottom, and leave you there. Make sure you don't drown though.
It's like like
just don't do it in Louisiana, because
that bridge. We're gonna conquer your fear.
Yeah,
you get a bungee cord and a couple of.
It's like, wait, where's Chris? Oh crap, wrong mic.
Yeah. Oops. Oh shit.
All right.
Well, not airing this episode. Man. Okay, that's you really threw us for a loop on that fear. I didn't see that coming.
I did not see that coming.
Well done. I was like, he's going to be saved. Fear of being blind, which obviously sucks, but it's just not that exciting. That was a good one. That really threw us.
Besides what happened to you when you were a baby, can you recall like any other time that you were in water that kind of made you feel like that caused you to have that fear, or is that kind of what you think caused it?
So, everyone, like mom and dad, like they always said, no, it was always that. And then one time, I have a sister. One time we were in a little kiddie pool and she had a little raft and it rode over me, I guess. And it held me under for just like 2 seconds. And they said I wasn't right for a week after that. Yeah. So no, I mean, I really think it's that. And I think I kind of grew out of it, but then to the point of, it's not the fear of something biting me. It's the fear of something like pulling me under.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, totally, dude.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to tell you, like just hearing that story and hearing what the outcome was, little Chris isn't right. I feel bad for little Chris.
Little Chris isn't right.
Little Chris had a, you know, that's a terrifying thing.
That is a
And
very
what
terrifying thing.
what if during that 2-second period you saw something under there
That's true.
that you blocked out of your memory?
Yeah.
I mean, there could be some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Loch Ness Monster. Is it real? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be. What about a kraken? Like a giant fucking kraken.
Yeah.
Could be real.
I believe it. Yeah. I believe all of it.
Something really witty, but I can.
Now, again, you're near Tahoe. Tahoe is a relatively clear lake, though. So, like, you can go
Yes.
do water sports in there.
Oh, yeah.
No major issue.
No. I would be fine with all that. I mean, if like I fell off a water ski and I didn't have like a life vest on and you drove the boat away, I'd be pretty panicked.
Well, I'd be a little
I think
panicked
anybody
too.
would. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm not
I'm
the
with you.
strongest swimmer of all time, but no, I can get from point A to point B. But actually, so I go ice fishing every year now.
Oh.
And this year
Kind of
the
facing
ice
your fear.
there was about 5 feet of snow on the ice, but the ice was also thin.
Whoa.
Oh.
And so we kept like kind of falling into our waist a little bit and catching ourselves. And I did find myself freaking out, like having really hard. And it's the thought of, and you've seen this in movies too, where they get under the ice and then they start punching, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's the idea that you can't find the air. I mean, it's terrifying for
Oh,
me.
Dude.
Yeah.
That sounds like you faced your fear.
Well, that almost sounds like a second fear, though, too. Like almost like falling in, not being able to find your way out.
Well, but I think it all
Yeah.
centers back around to like the same thing, which is like, you know, going in and not being able to get back out, whether something's pulling you down. Or,
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I'll give you that. Yeah.
something's blocking you from getting back. You
Yes.
know, which
Good call.
Yeah.
goes back to that original nurse who tried to strangle him at birth.
Yeah. God. Who's this? We're 100 down.
We got 100 down.
We're 100 down.
I was just welcomed into the world. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
what happened?
That bitch. I can't believe
Welcome to the.
And can you imagine if she had succeeded, we wouldn't have these Beer Mountain backpacks.
No, dude.
That are going to revolutionize the hiking game and how people hike and drink. Two of the things that we love.
Yeah. Well, here's a crazy thought. That nurse is probably going to buy a backpack and you'll never know it. And she's rocking your stuff.
Everything comes 360.
Yeah.
That's right. Full circle, man. That's how it goes. That's how life works. She's going to be the one wearing a Beer Mountain backpack,
Yep.
crossing
the
you on the path. You won't even know. You guys will be like, oh yeah, Beer Mountain. She almost killed you
Yep.
earlier in your life. This is like a movie.
Damn.
Man.
Life,
This is
bro.
like a movie.
The Beer Mountain
That's a
life.
good one.
That's the
That's
Beer
a good
Mountain
The
life.
Beer Mountain life. I love it, man.
That's fun.
Oh, dude.
Well, Chris, really can't tell you how much we appreciate having you on, man. And wish we could have tried your beers, man, because they sounded great. We had, for me, it was like 1 for 2. You know, not bad. The first one,
that's
but,
not what I want. I
you know.
mean, I really liked it. I'll say, I'll still stick with it 9 out of 10. But like, I don't know. I kind of dig
Probably
this one better.
You do like the
I do.
really
I dig this
Wow,
one better.
okay.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Before we go though, can I tell you guys my real true ghost story that happened to me
God,
just
yeah,
a
dude.
couple of
How
months
did we
ago?
almost forget about
Yeah.
this? Yes, please.
I didn't almost forget.
You didn't?
No,
You, didn't? You sure you didn't?
no. I love
I
ghost
can
stories.
tell. I can tell when you're lying
How?
because your left,
My least.
your left eye, because your left eye.
All right, Chris, tell us a story. Oh my God, I'm excited.
Okay.
Let's-
Well, this is 100% accurate. Like this happened. So I hope that it just resonates that this was real. So Haley and I we have a little cabin up in the mountains, right? We've been there for a couple of years. That's kind of where Beer Mountain started. And it's Halloween, and we always go balls to the wall on Halloween.
Nice.
I mean, we don't go balls to the wall like, happy, funny, scary. Like we go like, holy shit, let's conjure some shit. Like kind of scary. So we had been up there for a few days, and we're just watching a movie, and we keep hearing bangings, but we keep hearing bangings on different parts of our walls, right? And our dog is kind of like, what's going on? We're kind of like, what's going on? So I'd stick my head in the basement because we heard it in the floors, we heard it on the roof. Stick my head in the attic. We couldn't find a damn thing, right? Then our dog starts standing in doorways and just kind of growling and not crossing doorways for some reason, right? And we couldn't figure out why. And one of them was the kitchen where her food is, and we fed her, and she didn't cross the kitchen line, which also threw us way off. So we've already heard banging. Our dog won't go into certain rooms, and then some of our electronics started to turn on and off. And so we also, me trying to be logical, I was like, okay, like maybe we're having electrical things, like maybe something hit something on our roof, like a couple of things turn on and off. Then right in front of our table, a battery operated pumpkin that screams flicked on.
Oh,
and it flicked on so it went from off to on. There's nothing that can flick it on, but it flicked on.
Oh,
so we're absolutely terrified. I flick it off and I go, okay. Haley's like, I need to take a shower. Like this is too much for me. I'm like, all right, now we know if the other battery operated stuff turns on, like we are absolutely,
oh my God,
screwed.
Burn the house down.
So while she's in the shower, the other battery operated stuff flicks on, and I hear flick, flick, flick.
Oh my God.
And they all turn on. So now it's a Halloween, like scary wonderland all around us or just around me. And so she gets out of the shower and I'm like, Haley, I don't know what to do. Like, do we go home? Like what at this point do we do? There's zero possibility. That is the zero possibility, is turning those switches from off to on all at the same time. It's completely impossible. So
100%.
it's impossible. I've tried every logical explanation. There's no electronic thing. There's no nothing. Then at the very end of the night, we're still there, and Haley's looking out of the sliding glass door, and she sees a hunched over man. She says it's clear as day, and I couldn't see him. She says it's clear as day. He's like, he is right there. So I go over to sliding glass door and I say, I still can't see him. Like, I still can't see this guy. She goes, he is right in front of your face. And then I flick the light on for the outside of the sliding glass door, and there's nothing there.
Whoa.
And so, I mean, that's it. And the next day we went to a place and we bought sage, and we saged. I don't believe in all the sage stuff, but we saged the hell out of the place. But we're pretty convinced, like, we conjured something with all of our evilness in Halloween.
Jeez, shit, man.
So you were like face to face with, which you didn't see it, but she saw it.
She said it was like, right here's there. Me, here's the sliding glass door. And she was like, it's right in front of you. So I flick on the light and then it's gone. Yeah. At the very end. Oh, I couldn't take it. Yeah. So so now I don't know what to think. Now I sage my house all the time. Then,
why not? I mean, sage doesn't cost that much. Why, better play it safe than sorry. That is insane, dude. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, and Chris, we don't want to hold you up all night, man. We appreciate you coming on. And dude, I mean, this Beer Mountain thing sounds phenomenal. We can't wait to get ours. Can you tell people who are listening just a little bit about where to find you guys, what the next steps are, what you guys are thinking from a business, and how do they get that sweet 24-pack backpack? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, the best way is to go to beermountainlife.com. Follow the link. We're doing a little bit of crowdfunding right now because we wanted to see, or at least gauge, what the interest is. We've exceeded Kickstarter's typical metrics through and through. So usually, and this is my first time crowdfunding, Usually 90% of backers are serial backers, like they back a lot of products. 70% of our backers right now are new to Kickstarter. So the market is clearly there. So go to beermountainlife.com, follow the link, go ahead and order your pack. We're going to ship out in early July right now. We've already produced 1,000 packs. They've gone through quality inspection and everything like that. And then follow us on social media, which is Beer Mountain Life, on all social handles. And yeah, that's about it.
Dude, Chris, thank you so much again, man. We really appreciate it. And thanks for joining us. Thanks for sharing your thoughts on your beer. Thanks for sharing your fear. Thanks for sharing Beer Mountain. That's a phenomenal product. Can't wait, man. It's going to be cool.
We're super stoked about it. Cheers, Chris.
Cheers.
Thanks so much, man.
All right.